Good morning and welcome to What's Working Wednesday here at Wake Up Real Estate. I'm super excited about today's show because Ryan was chatting this morning about a Google PPC campaign that's crushing it for one of our Relo partners, Paul, in Maryland. And oh wow, look at that, Wealth Without Cash. I need that book. Is that one of the random books that you will sign if people meet up with you? Anyway, so we're gonna take a look at that, I have a very shameless plug for What's Working right now. I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. What's Working Wednesday? What's working in general? Our team is what's working, I know this is a shameless plug.
Two-thirds of us.
What's that?
2/3 of us are working.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Actually, I meant our virtual mortgage partners team.
Yes.
The reason why I share that is Monday. I don't know what the numbers were yesterday, but Monday I know that we had 7 new contracts. 7 new contracts. That means clients that we were working with on the mortgage side that we have pre-approved. The buyer's agent working with those clients got deals under contract accepted on Monday. 7 of them, and we're seeing lots of applications, communications happen back and forth. Chris Harris, I don't know if she's watching live, but she's in my organization. She had a new lead come in on a campaign that we have set up for her, which is part of what we'll do with you and for you as part of the V qualifier process. She had a new lead come in who was a Spanish-speaking client, and we immediately got that lead over to Maria. Maria's working with that client to see how we can help. We have several Spanish-speaking LOs on the team. So anyway, that's what's working, at least from the mortgage perspective. And one more mortgage note, I got another update. What's that?
And thank you guys for your referrals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mortgage rates down again slightly.
Yay.
9 basis points, at least according to my morning
morning
update.
You get the Fed decision today at 2. So a lot of people think they're just going to stop raising rates, which would be good for all of us, probably. Shoot real estate to the moon if they stop raising rates. Mortgage rates should come down if they stop doing that. So yeah.
Right on.
Looking good.
Right on. Please, while Ryan is bringing up what he's got to share with everyone today, please like, comment, subscribe, share, smash the bell, help us spread the word on what we're doing here and on great things that you can use to get more business, like yesterday's texting scripts. Those have worked really well. I've had a bunch of conversations, a bunch more warm referrals that we are now working with from that. And you can get that. Just go to wakeup.realestate. You can check out yesterday's replay and the scripts that Ryan documented as I shared them on the show.
URLs down there, and smash the subscribe and the like and all that stuff. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, we do appreciate that.
Right on.
We're growing like a subscriber or 2 a day, which is fine. We're too busy with this mortgage stuff. But
yeah, exactly. Hey, listen, we're over 700. We're over 700.
Yeah.
Our next big milestone is 1,000. Please help us get there. Please help us get there.
Okay, so what is working now in the world of Google campaigns? What didn't work on this campaign was the actual conversion tracking. And that's because Paul changed the URL on me, and I didn't see his email on Saturday. Let me know. So the actual URL structure changed. Now, it didn't break the funnel because Paul changed it at the forum. He's pretty tech savvy, but he let me know that he did that and I didn't see it. Anyway, we spent $49 in the last 3 days after some initial tweaking and have generated 14 leads from Google, many of which had phone numbers.
You told me 10 this morning. Whether or not that's accurate,
yeah.
You
1,
thought
2,
it was
3,
10.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One of those is a duplicate. So it was 9 out of the 14 because I didn't count the duplicate email. So 9 out of 14 cell numbers on a Google ad, which means somebody's actively searching on Google, high intent real estate in market funnel. And I'm intentionally not showing you guys the landing page yet and what the offer is. because I'm showing you how it is working. So
Yeah.
if you divide $50 by 14, you get something like, what do you get? Something like three something, right?
It's
3.
three and change. Yeah.
So yeah, I have never. I'm happy with $8, $9, $10. Eight's on the low end with Google, all the way up to 12 or 20 bucks, depending on the market. But this is blazing, and it is only 3 days of data, so it might go up. You know, I'm not declaring victory yet, but very, 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 very promising.
Well, and the interesting thing with Google, which we talked about this, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, is whereas Google is intent based, Facebook and Instagram is interruption based.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you? That means that to keep your results consistent on Facebook and Instagram, in most cases, you have to update copy, you have to change media. It requires more active management. Intent-based, search-based, Google oftentimes will optimize over time. If you have things set up properly, you'll actually see the cost per lead go down over time in many cases. This is not a guarantee. These are just generally speaking, because of the different platforms and the way they you know, if you think about it, the person that goes on Google today to search for whatever search term that's showing up here is different than that will be in 90 days. Whereas your Facebook and Instagram ads, for most of you, are showing to the same people over and 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 over.
And the ads
right?
fatigue.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they fatigue. So what's cool about Google is this campaign will run the same exact way for years, most likely. Barring big shifts in the market. I just want to respond to the comment, rates headed to 8%. I actually do agree that they should head to 8% so that we don't have hyperinflation. I'm going to go down this rabbit hole. So I agree with you, but we got to keep everybody here.
That doesn't mean that they will, though.
We got to keep everybody here happy and say they're going down. If you get my drift, but they should go up. The responsible thing would be to raise them. All right.
Is the ad creation for this downsizing ad covered in a previous episode? Not specifically.
I'm not sharing that.
However, we do have, and I'm not sure where it is on the Wake Up site, but Ryan and I last fall did a 2-part deep dive on how he builds out Google pay-per-click ad campaigns. And so we can find that on the site for you somewhere or another. And for whatever reason, we can't see the Facebook user here, but if you shoot me a private message on Facebook, just shoot me a private message or shoot me a text. I'll get you that. And then if you want to explore us creating something like this for you, if you go to vqualifier.com, check that out, and let's chat. We might be able to do that for you.
Yeah, that search this on Google, what I'm popping up there. That we were doing this real estate test dummies thing. Josh, I regret switching to Wake Up Real Estate. We should have stuck with the real estate test dummies.
No, I think Wake Up Real Estate is the weird winner. We're always going to be real estate test dummies. But anyway.
All right, so I will show you guys the actual ad though. Just we're not going to do a walkthrough on the creation today. It just takes a little too long for our liking, right? All right, so let's talk about the landing page first, and we'll go backwards and show you the ad. So the offer is downsizer-friendly single-story homes. I assume this would work anywhere, right? You've done downsizing on Facebook all over the country, right, Josh? It tends to work.
It definitely tends to work and work well. And I'll just throw this out there. I've heard this stat a number of times, and this is directly from NAR. Last year, 2022, 39% of all buyer side activity was boomers. People, the part of the population that use iPhones.
Josh,
according to Ryan.
I'm laughing at myself because this happens all the time.
What?
So we're getting these numbers with a big old typo.
Disturber. I don't even Disturbies.
Which means a certain percentage of people are bouncing off and not opting in because I don't trust when I see a typo. I actually subconsciously am like, this is not legit.
Right.
So that's a little embarrassing. I'll fix that pretty quickly here.
Paul, hopefully you're not watching.
Hopefully he's not watching. Yeah, because it's his money. He should be happy.
He's thrilled. He's thrilled. I was kidding.
Yeah. So anyway, so one of the reasons we're getting this so low is kind of this survey reveal method that I've used as like a little bit of my calling card for a while with Google Ads. I've probably been doing this almost a decade. It's the answer the first question, right? And I think a lot of people do this, but this like asking the initial question and revealing the part where they have to do the work and give the contact info tends to raise conversion rates. And a lot of people
slippery slope. You're greasing the wheels. You're making it easier for them to, they start with one little micro commitment and then they're like, okay, I'll fill out the rest of it.
Yeah, commitment and consistency from this book. If you want to read that.
That book is referenced twice in the last 7 days, which means it's a good one.
Let's try to work it in every day. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
So they answer the first question. Now let's look back. So I'm looking to downsize from my current home. I might be moving from another area. Neither. I'm just curious. The neither is just kind of like to lower the like kind of boundary, like for people who want to stay private. You want to give them the easy like, nah, just leave me alone kind of thing, right? I'm just curious. Looking over here, you can kind of see. I'm looking. The last one was that was me testing. Okay, let's not count that. I might be moving from another area. I'm looking to downsize from my current home. Bam, that's a listing opportunity, right?
Definitely.
Neither. I'm just curious. I might be moving. I'm looking to downsize. So it looks like we've got 2 possible people who already own a home in the area, and 3 of them who are already looking to downsize, and then about 2/3 of them are just I'm moving from another area, and a couple of neithers. I'm just curious. So, good question to ask. I think I'm happy with this.
Well, and the ones that are moving in, remember, they could also be referral opportunities because they may be selling a home, and if you build the relationship, you may be able to get a referral fee by referring the listing to an agent that whether they're part of your EXP organization or brokerage or whatever, or just somebody that you go on. They're moving from, I don't know, Lansing, Michigan. I have no idea why I picked that. And you just go and Google Lansing, Michigan, or best agents in Lansing, Michigan. You pick 3 that got great reviews and reach out and say, hey, I've got a listing opportunity. Would you be willing to pay a referral fee? Yep, Daphne. I couldn't agree more.
And Daphne popped up. I was watching YouTube on TV last night. And Daphne was like number 2. I actually watched your video, and my son was like, "Are you just watching a real estate agent?" Like in your spare time?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do.
All right, so then we go for the first name, we go for the email, and then this is the trick to get the phone number, guys. Don't require it; you're going to get fakes. So just big takeaway: don't require the number. I know a lot of people coach this the other way, and they might be right in some ways.
The paradigm shift is this: if they give you a number, that means that they're way more predisposed to actually replying to your text or phone call than requiring everyone. Because if you think about it this way: if you require it, even those that may be open to it, it may change their perspective or their the way they're receiving the offer. In other words, you're going to get fake phone numbers, and it may actually be a turnoff to the ones that would have given you the information if you just positioned it slightly different, like Ryan is doing right here.
Got rid of that typo. So yeah, optional. If you want us to text you our Anne Arundel deal of the week every Saturday. Now, I didn't ask Paul if he was actually going to do this, and guys, you should.
He'll do it. He'll do it.
But you don't have to. I'm just saying, you're getting the opt-in. I've done this a lot of times where I didn't actually fulfill on the promise. It's not the right thing to do, but I've never had anybody say, "Hey, where's my deal of the week?" So the big technique here and the tactic is give them a reason why they're giving you a phone number. They're not giving you a phone number just because. Why do you need my phone number to show me a property list?
Right.
That think about what they're thinking. Like, just show me the list. But hey, the reason we want your phone number, and it's optional, is just because we're going to text you something cool, right there.
Yep.
So this is, we're not completely done with this funnel yet, but it basically just goes to the page on Paul's website that displays the list. To get better conversions, Paul should have a bridge video that says, "Hey, how you doing?" And then takes them to the list. But this is working pretty well.
And shameless plug, it should also say, "Hey, by the way, here are 5 special financing programs that you might use when purchasing one of these single-story homes in Anne Arundel.
Yeah. Now, for the person who
I can't help myself, Ryan. I can't help myself. Sorry.
Just keep doing it. I don't have to.
Yeah.
So this has been 41 clicks at $1.23, which is right where you expect Google clicks to be. Nice high CTR, right? 10% CTR, kind of blazing. And the actual, because I know we're going to get these questions, the actual keywords, and this is another big takeaway, guys, the actual keywords are not related to downsizing.
Say that again.
Right. So the actual keywords, because anytime I talk to agents, a lot of business owners about Google PPC, they're like, well, I need 8,000 keywords. Like, and they're like obsessed. Like, I got to find all the keywords. What keywords did you use? And in most of my campaigns, I'm really using like 10 at most. And here, there's 23 here. So the way I do this is I just type in the main keyword for the area. Usually it's like Annapolis homes for sale or something like what I know is called short tail, or the ones that get most of the traffic. And I just like Google suggest a bunch, a handful of others. I remove the ones that seem like a little too long tail. And then you just kind of let it run. You'll notice here, I let it run broad match to start. So that means there's opportunity to narrow these in with exact or phrase match. For those of you who know what that means, it's kind of like Google, by doing broad match, you're saying, hey, anything time these words pop up or anything you think is related to these words, you can show my ad. If you do phrase match, it means these words need to occur in some order in the search that the person's putting in. And exact match means they need to type exactly this. And in the order there, you'll tend to get cheaper cost per lead, but also less traffic the more you restrict down. So I leave it broad to start, and then you start to learn things. So, but anyway, the keywords are not downsizing because there's going to be zero traffic for that.
Right.
Right. So what we know is that people are out there searching for Annapolis homes, a good number of them every day. Right. It's a fair mid-sized market, right?
Sure.
Tampa, Florida,
Sure.
where I am, or Harrisburg, where you are, good search volume. All of us have that on Google. Very good search volume. And the game here is we're saying, hey, let's show the ad to everybody who's searching, right? But then let's use our ad copy to pull in the people that we want to attract to our niche here.
Right.
So just one more note on these keywords. What I can do now, a couple of days later, is I can start to figure out which ones were converting best and at what rate was best. Again, I told you we had that mishap with the conversions, so it didn't show the conversions in here. I had to manually count them. So in another week, I'll come in and it'll show me like, hey, this keyword is costing $3 per lead, but this keyword's costing $8. And I'll start to optimize out the ones that I don't want.
Yeah. And we'll probably, I'll say,
we'll check in on this.
We'll say this publicly so we don't forget. Maybe next Wednesday, we'll check in again now that the conversion tracking is fixed, and we'll see, where we're at, and maybe discuss some of the things, the way that you sort of prune and optimize it so that you do the work up front, and then that thing can just crank forever.
Yeah. Now Google says my ad strength is poor, even though there are very few real estate advertisers on the planet getting a cheaper, higher quality lead. Yeah, what my point is, don't listen to them. The reason they're saying it's poor is because they want you, for their algorithm, to add a bunch of different stuff to your ad so that they can vary things and try to come up with a winning variation. I have the advantage of having seen lots of these campaigns in my different roles over the years, so I know kind of what works, and I'm sharing it with you guys. So when I run the actual copy of the ads, it's a very simple formula that just kind of repeats and works every time. But I'm not feeding the algorithm a lot of different stuff. So you can see here, Josh, Anne Arundel 1-level homes, Anne Arundel downsizer homes, first floor Anne Arundel homes. I actually have 3 versions of the first line. It kind of says what it is. Then my second line is the 3 different main areas within Anne Arundel, or priced from the mid 200Ks. So I even went a little further here, Josh, and gave it a little bit more multiples for each. The third line is see the full list now, or browse current inventory. So guys, see the little thumb tack thing here? When I say the third one, you're showing those keywords in that position. Yeah. Okay. So, but you can see they want more unique headlines. They want more of the keywords actually in the headlines, and Google will confuse the heck out of you, making you think that you're not doing a good job. They want you to put images in the ad. They want you to add site links, which in my opinion, site links dilute the
confuses it. Yeah. It's like having, a bunch of different links on the site that you send people to, right?
Yeah.
One choice. Am I going to answer the question that says which best describes me, or am I leaving?
Yeah. Right. They'll want you to put a site link to your contact page, which nobody's ever gonna, or to like your join us, your recruiting page. And it's not going to help the campaign. It might get more clicks to your website, which makes Google more money, but it doesn't help you, generate a lead that's going to convert into business. So that's the ad.
And along these lines, be careful. Be careful. Google will have their ad reps reach out to you and try to make your campaigns better. And all that really does is you spend more money for less results. And I know from personal experience.
So Brendan sent a note, keep the 5. He probably means keywords. And I kind of agree. Like I'll prune down the ones that, the broad ones. It wasn't my money, so I wasn't that worried about it. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Paul.
No, I'm kidding. With Google, you want to buy data in the beginning. So going broad match with a little bit more keywords is okay. But like Brendan's saying, you can win here with just 1, 2, 3 keywords, really, the main ones.
Totally.
So that's the campaign. That's what's working now. In this case, Josh, this was a little more custom built than what most people listening to are dealing with. Most people have like a KV4 site or a Chime or a Boomtown or something, and you're just going to use the native tools. This was a little bit more custom. This is a Facebook site that Paul has, and we used Fluent Forms Pro, a form generator, to kind of build out the landing page here, which I had first time using that form solution. It's like Gravity, like Formidable. It's similar, but I like it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You see it, let me put a background in the landing page right here. Yeah. So anyway, I guess we'll close out by saying, if you want to do this kind of stuff and you have the budget for it, this is pretty labor intensive for me. Honestly, it's I know the flow, but it still takes time to test it and to get it working. But if you have pretty good budget and you want help setting something like this up, and you decide you want to take us up on the V-Qualifier offer, we'll talk to you.
Daphne asked, what's the budget for this? I mean, we've only spent $50, so probably 10.
Yeah, I think we have it running in the beginning at $15 a day, but not necessary. I mean, if it's getting leads at $3 or $4, I'd say we're probably okay at 5, but I would keep it at around 10. Now I'm hoping Paul comes back and says, yo, these people are getting back to me, so why don't we
let's bump it up
30 a day? Yeah. You could build, you could build a really just one funnel, Josh, right?
Yeah.
You could build your whole business around something like this. Yep.
Absolutely. Shameless plugs as we roll on out of here. Number one, right at the top of the hour, if you're watching this live in 7 minutes, we do our mastermind huddle, Wake Up Real Estate Mastermind Huddle. Those are on Zoom. They're interactive. It's a Zoom meeting, so you can be on screen. We can brainstorm. We can mastermind. We can troubleshoot. Whatever you need help with. And that is wakeup.realestate/MM. Wakeup.realestate/MM. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Later today at 2 Eastern, we are doing a free info session webinar on how you can help VA eligible clients, or maybe you're VA eligible yourself, build a real estate portfolio with VA loans. Loans, plural. You can actually have multiple VA loans and build a real estate portfolio with that program. We're going to walk through that. We have Jordan coming on, who's our guideline expert and so forth. And then we are going to record that. We'll get that replay to anyone that can't make it live or wants to see it again. And B, we are going to turn that content into information, details, etc., that you can use in marketing, whether it's email, social, or even ad campaigns to attract VA clients and help and serve that niche in your local market.
We'll probably turn that into a landing page, and I actually want to test Google Ads to that as well. So somebody searching Harrisburg, PA homes, and then the ad reads something like VA eligible. Yeah,
that's a great shout. That's a great shout.
Yeah. So we'll see where this goes. Yeah.
That, you know what? Oh boy, yeah, I definitely want to do that. Mechanicsburg, we've got a couple of Mechanicsburg, Carlisle area. We have a couple. We have a Navy depot and an Army base. So. Soledad, what daily budget do you recommend for promoting a listing video on YouTube? It's really hard to answer that. I mean, it depends on what the objective is. Are you trying to generate leads, or are you just trying to get exposure so you can demonstrate to future sellers the kind of marketing you can do? $1 a day can get you a lot of views on a listing video. If you're doing it for lead gen, it's going to need to be a lot more than that. So it really is. It depends on what the objective is. I would say, more than anything. Exposure, meaning like just people seeing it, just people, are you just trying to do it so that you have proof when sitting with a seller? Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, here's something that we do over and above what most other agents do. We will promote your listing directly on YouTube, which means it may show up on someone's TV as they're watching YouTube, throughout the day, which more and more people are doing, right? And then be able to demonstrate, here's what we did on the last one, and you don't have to tell them how much money you spent. This was the listing, and in a 7-day period, we got 781 views, or we got 7,081 views, whatever it is. Lo, can we continue that conversation on the huddle, and maybe Ryan can give a 30-second answer?
Yeah, I'll come on the huddle for like 15 minutes, but oh yeah.
Well, no, we can talk about that too. I'm just saying, I'm saying right now.
We like Facebook because the cost per lead is cheap, and you get a cell number most of the time, and you can get a cost per conversation with somebody on Facebook is lower, kinda, but Google's higher intent. So we usually tell people just mix it up. But yeah,
and honestly, like this niche, a beautiful 1-2 punch is run the same thing on Facebook and Instagram. That'll get you the local downsizers, and then run on Google, and now you're diversifying your database build, but it's around the same idea. So it's like, you can get more for your money by having that, that two different, it's like a portfolio diversification, but it's all going to the same good, right? It's all going into the same pile. So great question. Join us in 2 minutes. wakeup.realestate/MM, wakeup.realestate/MM, and then join us in 3 hours if you're interested. wakeup.realestate/VA webinar. This was a great one, Ryan. I'm sure we're going to have lots of people asking. So we're going to have to figure out how we can, pick
a number.
Pick a number, and how we can implement faster and easier this idea, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of requests.
Cool.
Right on. See everybody hopefully in a minute, and if not, tomorrow on the show for Tech Tip Thursday. Ryan's got a good one on that too.
Just a tip.